ever think so and so younger people are coming, this is happening, my film has done this or his film has done that? Does that ever come into your mind?
I never felt jealous.
Insecure?
Never insecure.
Ever?
Never. Never.
That's amazing.
Because I feel very contented for whatever God has given me, and I think everyone should succeed. That's what I believe in. And also it's nice to have competition. I get irritation at one point of time is when people try to do the same thing to me. I said, in which way I'm causing you insecurity, to feel insecure about me. I said, we have 365 days. There's so much business can happen in 365 days. It's just, mine is just only one day. If your product and whatever you're doing, work is good, it will work.
And now after this film releases, after Sardar Gabbar Singh releases on April 8th, what are the plans? Do you make plans? Do you plan like 1 month, 2 months ahead or nothing?
No. Right now, because of, I don't know, I went through a lot of different kind of situations in my personal life and professional life. I have a name, but if I don't do films, I can't sustain myself. So my first priority right now is how to sustain myself. I planned for a few films, 2-3 films, that's it. After that,
so we'll see you come back to screen like
2-3
sooner?
films. Yeah, 2-3 films. After that, I'm going to give up films. So
Give it up?
I'll give it up. Yeah.
Why?
That's a commitment I made to myself.
When?
I made long back, not today. Long back I made it. I don't like doing too many films. It's tiring. It's
But you could do a few space it out. Why give it up?
If I get into politics, I want to give my complete attention to politics. For next elections, I'm going to.
Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah.
And what will happen to the Pawanists?
I don't know. Maybe I'm taking a bigger responsibility.
Yes.
I prefer this is real, and that a film always there are a lot of other people who can entertain and who can engage, and this is what my DNA and my heart is saying. I don't like to get scared and intimidated, and I like the quality of fearlessness. I give it a thought. Even to get into politics, it was not something overnight. No, it was not that. It was right from around 20 years I was thinking. Right from my childhood, I used to want to read comics or something. That's the nature, but I used to read headlines. I said, what's happening? Maybe I was inspired by a lot of social work, what happens in a freedom struggle. Maybe I think that maybe I had a good social teacher. I think it was there. It is not something like, because I became an actor, I adopted politics. Not that. It is there even before that. Even I'm filming, something read a newspaper that opens up. I said, this is it. Constantly some kind of a voice tells you, oh, you're a timid fellow, you can't do it, you're running away. I can't take that voice.
I read that you're a voracious reader and you're a big consumer of world cinema.
Yes, I do watch, but not to that extent, kind of binge watching, I do.
But you named your son Akira after the great Kurosawa?
Yeah. I don't know, somehow I fell in love with his films. I love with the courage, and I love with the valor of samurai. The way he unfolds the story, the way he unfolds the characters, I was madly in love with this film.
But do you ever feel then, sort of frustrated by the kind of formula of Telugu cinema? Do you ever feel that it should break away from this now?
I do. It's very difficult to make an Indian film. Suddenly you break into a song and suddenly you have to, what do you call that? Navarasa, we call it as.
We want everything.
All the 9 emotions has to be portrayed, and it's so taxing. And to everything, put it in the right dosage and right percentage, it's killing sometimes. Sometimes when I look at any Western film, any Hollywood film, the thought process is very clean. They want to do this kind of film. It ends there. But this is our system. And whoever keeps on feeding it in a new perspective, I think they get the glory.
But you try to do that with your
But
movies.
it's very tiring, even for me, even to do it's very tiring. But out of necessity, you push yourself to do that.
Is that why you take such long breaks between movies?
Yeah, I go crazy because sometimes, every time to shave and do this makeup, little coloring, it's so annoying for me. I said, that's why I grow my beard and just leave it. That's what I do.
Really? So when you're not filming, your beard is grown and you're on your farm?
I wish I had that luxury to grow beard. I recently had one point of time, I think I was maybe 1.5 years back. And after that, 6 months I didn't shave, just I was letting the beard grow. But that's why I love politics. So you don't have to do anything. You just speak.
Just speaking is enough.
Oh, it's such a comfort, you don't have to really dress up that. Like I said, just go. Whatever your heart says, believe in it, say it. That's it. It's there.
But when you're not filming, what do you do in those long gaps that you take?
Long gaps, first of all, I read. Recently, I was talking about land acquisition. So, for almost for 1 week, 10 days, I was right from the old act, British act, I was reading everything. So, I was trying to understand it with my first-hand experience. In that way, depending on the need.
So you get obsessed with something.
When I get obsessed with something, I'm into it. Madly, I'm into it. So I want to understand completely. I want to have my own opinion.
So in the cinema space, you're very content. But in the social sphere, obviously there's a lot you want to see done. What is the one thing you could change if you would change if you could do it tomorrow?
I really focus on law and order and on agriculture. These are the two things which I really what my heart goes for.
And Mr. Kalyan, do you have any regrets? Are there any things you wish you hadn't done?
Whatever I did, whatever the outcome, I did it consciously. So that's why I don't have regrets.
And you take full responsibility?
I take full responsibility. And I don't, whatever it is, in future also, I don't shy away, I don't run away. And I face the responsibility. I do it consciously.
So 2-3 films and
Yeah.
then the cinema shuts and the political...
But what I want to do is I want to write stories and screenplays. And that too, it's also, I need some kind of way of life, way of making money to sustain myself. And to act, it would take a lot of time. To direct, it would take a lot of time. To write, at least in my free times, I can write.
What would you like to be remembered as or by? Do you think about your legacy?
I don't believe in legacy because so many people had come and gone. Like I said, I never believed in legacy.
And you don't think about, what you leave behind or the impact you have? Clearly you do.
For me, I like this, every day I tell myself like this, do your duty and disappear.
I love that. Do your duty and disappear.
Disappear. So whether it gives a legacy or not, that's not your problem. And consciously try, if it is a legacy in a sense, okay, an ideological legacy or even a film-wise, even for example, an ideological legacy, I said, is there any need to create another religion? There are enough religions. Is there, for me, when they call Pavanism, I said, sometimes you can't understand truly, is there any need for it? First of all, my question is there any need for it? There are enough isms are there, and it will mess up your mind. I said, there's one more. That's how I look at it. But I don't have a strength or right to say, please don't think that way. This is what my opinion about that. And when it comes to legacy, as an actor, if my kids are there, I want them to really work for themselves. I want them to earn, because my father had never given me anything. My father had given me the basics, and he told me, okay, be on your own. I feel that legacy should be earned, it can't be given. So, because of legacy, a lot of issues are there in our country, in right from policy. There is good parties there in legacy also, but sometimes undeserved people also, just because of legacy, we have issues about that. Maybe for that reason, I don't want to be a part of them. That's the reason I consciously choose myself not to have that thought. That's one reason.
You want to do your work and disappear.
Yeah, constant. This I tell every day. This is my mantra. Do your duty and disappear.
I think it's a great mantra, and I think most of us should plan on adopting it. It's fantastic.
But it's difficult. But in the process of doing duty, you get emotional about it. You get more.
You do, and you also not just get emotional about it, but Mr. Kalyan, for most normal people, you get invested in the result. You get invested in what comes back to you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And now there's this whole thing of your brand. Everybody now is their own brand. There's social media. There's this, then that. So the idea of do your duty and disappear is actually completely counterintuitive to everything.
That's true. That's true.
But it's a wonderful thought, and I hope more of us can follow it. Films, reviews and conversations, we've got it all on Film Companion. Hit that button below and get your film fix.